do, do. It's the podcast.
That's a good one. I like that one. That's a very it's no singing. It's just very straightforward.
I was trying to channel my inner emo 90s
It sounded like
slam poetry.
You remember that band Cake? That would just like
Oh, Micah saw them live.
oh, okay. It's like they would just talk basically.
He's going the distance.
He's going for. Hey guys, welcome to the Huggercast. It's me and Colton.
Hello.
The Huggercast, the only podcast whose foot fetish love is like Dan Schneider and Quentin Tarantino combined and had a baby.
Think how beautiful that child would be.
It would be a Jewish something.
With the biggest fucking feet in the world.
giant feet and a big Jufro. But like,
do you think they get horny watching Bigfoot footage?
Oh, I know I do. Because they would have like Quentin Tarantino's like weirdly skeletal face, but like also Dan Schneider's like large figure.
How many times does this baby say the N-word?
Every minute. It'd be easier to tell you how many times he doesn't.
Fair enough.
But today's we're gonna talk about our favorite underrated superhero movies.
Yeah. This will be more of a Derek thing, but I got a couple things I could throw in there.
Yeah, because the past few episodes have all been video game related, and we just want to do something different.
We want to prove that we're still virgin nerds, but we're different types of virgin nerds, not just video game virgin nerds.
There's the video game virgin nerds. There's the movie virgin nerds. There's a sports virgin nerds who think they aren't virgin nerds, but are actually virgin nerds.
I also fall into that category.
Oh, I'm not
go Pack go.
Not much of a sports guy anymore. I used to be when I was a kid, but before we go into that, I don't really have any news. I just wanna do a quick rant about something. So there's a lot of those. Colton, have you seen a lot of those videos where like people are getting upset because they go into a store and they're being told to like wear a mask?
Have you seen they're printing out fake cards from some type of government agency, I don't remember which one that controls it, but it's like, I have a disability, I'm not required to wear a mask. But the fake card they're all printing out has like 2 or 3 spelling errors on it.
Oh my god. That happened at my job when someone they printed out a like an excuse form for a doctor. And it didn't have an address, it didn't have any official anything, and they did a quick reverse Google search and it pulled up a template website.
Yeah, that's what we're getting at though. Wear your masks.
Please, God, please wear your masks.
It is not that hard. I've been doing it every day for the past 3 months for 8 hours a day while I'm at work, and I don't want to get sick because some stupid shit decides they're above that and gives it to me.
Seriously, I have to wear mine for the better part of like 5 to 8 hours, and it's not too bad. It's not hard.
It's not. And we both work in jobs where we are interacting with multiple people on a daily basis. I try to stay my distance, but like in a grocery store and obviously in a movie theater, it's hard to do. I don't want to get sick.
Yes.
Being sick sucks.
Being sick does suck. And the faster we can just like, everyone wear your mask, practice social distancing, and wash your hands. That's all we need to do, and then this stuff will just be over in a month or so. Like,
yeah, it's every other country in the world who took this shit seriously. They're done with it.
They're done. They're opening back up. Like, it's not hard. I'm just so upset because like Texas, we live in Texas and stuff's going backwards. We're having to close things down again because people are stupid and they're going out without masks and stuff like that.
And our second wave is worse than the first already. Like. And it's all under 40 people, too. Like, the old people realize, like, oh, shit, if I get this, I will die. I'm an old person. I don't want to die. I'm going to die soon anyway. But all the young people who think they're invincible, go out drinking every night and all that, they're the problem.
And then guess what? They're passing it to the old people. And then they're dying.
Do you want blood on your hands? Wear a mask.
Just please wear your mask. Practice social distancing. Wash your hands, sanitize your hands. I don't care if you're an American and you think that's your right to walk around without a mask and I don't want to become a gay communist. Wear your mask.
It's not that hard.
Okay, I guess that's enough angry yelling at the boomers that probably aren't listening to this anyway.
Yeah. I would if we have any boomer listeners, please comment.
Please let us know what it's like to be old.
I want to make fun of you.
But yeah, some of those videos, like I saw the one where the guy was trying to get into a Walmart and that he was like basically pushing and physically assaulting some worker because he wanted to go inside with his mask.
Like I've been told, HEB, the one I'm at right now, our county has put in an ordinance that you have to have a mask to go
Yeah.
in anywhere. But our HEB has said that we're going to have signs that say that, but we're not going to enforce it if somebody comes in without a mask. We're not allowed to tell them anything
Oh wow.
because the corporate lawyers have decided they rather just pay the fine than alienate
I
those
was
people
gonna
and
say,
have them shop somewhere else.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, dude, if anyone catches you, that's a $1,000 fine.
Yeah, no, HEB is rich enough. They've decided, like, yeah, no, we'll pay the fine. Like, if we tell them to go away, they might go shop at Walmart. We can't have that.
Oh yeah, so let's just have people die. I don't want you to get in trouble or fired because we're crap talking HEB, but
I don't think anybody would ever listen. And if I did, I love HEB. It's a great company. I've
it's
worked
great.
there for 5 years.
If all of our listeners that are not from Texas, HEB is basically like Walmart, but more Texas. And
Or like a Kroger and Albertsons, like actual groceries.
Yeah, HEB Plus has the electronics.
Yeah, they have all the cool stuff, but sadly, I live in a little hick town and we don't have an HEB Plus.
What I thought was cool that on a survey they beat companies that are nationwide. This little Texas spot is a more favorable store than like Walmart and all these other places that are around the country.
Oh yeah, they constantly win awards for being one of the top grocery trains. I can't talk tonight. The grocery chain
is here.
That's what I run in my produce department.
Train. So you should call your penis.
I call it the veggie stick.
The veggie stick's coming out, baby. Make sure to prepare your ranch dressing. But yeah,
no, HB is actually pretty great. This is the one complaint I have.
Yeah, that sounds like a really crappy practice. But enough of HEB yelling. I guess we go and get into our topic: underrated superhero movies
and TV shows.
We'll put TV shows there too because, yes, we're gonna do that too. You want to go first, Golden?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's so much underrated. Like, it still gets respect, but people just forget about it. But the original Incredible Hulk TV series with Lou Ferrigno.
Oh, that's actually I like it. It's kind of a fun series.
It's great. Growing up, my dad had the entire series on DVD, and this was before superhero movies were like big mainstream. Like at the time, we had Tobey Maguire Spider-Man,
and like that's
and maybe
like
a couple
X-Men.
Batman movies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, forget about X-Men. That was pretty all right. But
Yeah,
they weren't huge at the time, is what I'm saying. So watching the Incredible Hulk, like, it's a fun show. It's good.
There's an old Flash show like that too with Luke Skywalker. What's his name?
Yeah, Mark Hamill's the bad guy in it.
Yeah.
Oh, is it Trickster? What is the character he plays?
I actually don't. I've never seen it, but I just remember that was a thing.
It's not great. My dad also owns that one, so I watched it, and it was not as good.
Yeah, I remember my parents and I would watch the Lou Ferrigno one when it was on, and because I'd never seen it. It's actually kind of cool. It's kind of campy, but it's like fun. Yeah,
it's the fun, cheesy, like it's just fun, and it's been parodied on Family Guy and all that. But the ending with always that da, 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 and him walking away all sad, it's classic.
And I think the intro is a very good it's a very good telling of like what you're gonna get. Like he's a scientist, he's on the run. It's a very suspenseful intro for like a classic show.
Yeah, and honestly, like now, obviously the Hulk works so much better with CG because you can make him to be the beast that he is.
Yeah.
But if you had to get a person to play it, you couldn't do much better than Lou Ferrigno.
Yeah, like Bill Bixby as the scientist, and then Lou Ferrigno as the Hulk. It works.
Yeah, because that guy is jacked. He's terrifying.
So yeah, I like how he's just randomly on episodes of King of Queens just as himself.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's episodes where Lou Ferrigno's just there, and he's just Lou Ferrigno. Like, they don't really... He's like, oh, hey, Lou. I'm like, wait, what?
Is he still huge?
Yeah, he's still just very... He's older, but he's just very big still.
That's incredible. I'm going to have to actually watch that show.
I read online, I'm not sure how true this is, but that Lou Ferrigno still provides the roars for all the Hulk properties.
I have heard that.
Yeah.
I read that a few years ago, so I don't know if that's still the case.
But if it is, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I would love that because I like that dude.
It has that classic line. You wouldn't like. Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Yeah.
I tell that to my girlfriend when I start drinking.
Jesus Christ, that sounds so awful.
Oh, it's even worse than you imagine.
Oh my god. But then, like, you don't actually get upset. You kind of just sit in the corner and cry.
Yeah, a little bit. I have to, off air, there's a picture she has of me that I have to send you.
Callie looks like she could whoop a little bit of butt. I wouldn't cross her.
She could be a little scary sometimes. Yeah. She normally sweet little Kaylee, like, I am small. She loves to say am small.
I'm small.
But then every once in a while her ghetto side comes out and it's kind of terrifying.
It's like that
but also
with my girlfriend because she's Latina, and from San Antonio. So it's like
that fiery Latina.
Yeah. She's very like to herself, kind of an introvert when you first meet her, but sometimes it can get into that like intensity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Kaylee's the same way.
Yeah, don't cross these San Antonio women. They'll stab you.
Yeah, they will straight up kill you.
Yeah, but okay. I actually had forgotten about that until you brought it up, so I'm glad that we got a chance to unlock that memory.
Yeah, no, it's like you said, campy, fun show. Like I enjoy it.
The old Batman, it's like fun.
Oh,
not as silly, but
yeah, a little more serious. Old Batman, though. I mean, that's not underrated, but that show.
Classic.
It's classic.
It's just fun. The movie, the Batman, the
when
Batman series movie.
He does the bat dance.
The Batootsie, as they call it. I believe that's what they call it. The Batootsie. Yeah.
Some days you can't get rid of a bomb.
You just can't get rid of a bomb. I feel like they knew. Like, at the time, they probably knew it was very silly.
Oh, yeah. Didn't he show up drunk for, like, most of the episodes?
I have no idea, but it wouldn't surprise me. That's hilarious.
And I heard once, I don't know how true this was, but apparently he and one of the other, I don't remember, it was one of the villains, were in an orgy together, and they got kicked out for acting in character.
I really hope that the person he was in the orgy with was the guy who played Penguin. That would be hilarious.
I think it might have been Cesar Romero, the guy that played Joker.
Cesar Romero. That's hilarious.
I don't know how true that is, but that is a story I've heard, and I want with all my heart for that to be true.
I kind of wanted it to be true with him and Vincent Price, because he was on the show. I forgot what villain he was. But imagine that Vincent Price voice, just like, yes. Yes, go down there, lick a little farther. Yes.
You do that too well.
Vincent Price is classic. It's a classic voice.
It really is. You must have practiced that though.
I watched. There's a Nostalgia Critic episode where he reviews a movie with Vincent Price, and he's constantly doing that voice. So I kind of picked up on it.
Fair enough.
You know what? Actually, that makes me think of another one that's kind of underrated now. That it's kind of old. You ever watch those old Superman animated serials, the Flesher ones?
Oh wait, which ones are those? Are those like the old ones?
Yeah, the old ones where it's like the dramatic lighting and all that. They're made with the rotoscope and all that.
Yeah, from like, is it the 40s?
I want to say it's the 40s.
Yeah, those are fantastic.
The animation for not even just for the time, just in general, they're beautiful.
I've heard, I don't know how true this is, but because at the time their budget for animation was so high because there wasn't many shows to watch.
Yeah, their budget,
so they could pump all the money into a few things.
It was $1 million an episode, which, thinking of back then to now, I'm pretty sure inflation, that's a lot of money.
Even if it was $1 million now, that's still a lot of money.
A lot of money. And yeah, compared to like the superhero shows that are like the Spider-Man or the Fantastic Four, like old cartoons,
yeah,
it puts them to shame.
Oh, it's still, only thing that kills it now is the audio in it, since it's so old, has kind of got that old school shitty like
that radio audio, a Superman in the sky.
Yeah. But it's beautiful to watch.
Yeah, they look awesome. I mean, there's a lot of cartoons that just don't move like that anymore.
It's I guess it all budget though. Like if I feel like there
Yeah,
are cartoonists now who would love to do stuff like
they're
that,
just
it's
not
just
given the
not
money.
feasible.
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of restraints. Like you compare something like that to like I don't know Family Guy and how limited the movement is.
Oh, and it's only gotten worse in Family
Yeah,
Guy.
there's literally just like two positions. They're just standing there with their hands to their side or with the one hand up. Like
Yeah, it used to like it was never great animation, but like seasons 1, 2, maybe 3, one because what it got canceled after 3 originally, right?
I think so. The first like few.
Yeah, those the animation's not amazing, but it's miles better than what it
For
is
sure.
now.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'll go into. Oh, did you have another one? Did you?
No, that was my
pretty
big
much-
one.
Okay.
Unless I just want a quick shout out to Blade
Oh, the
because
first
Blade is
movie?
great.
I've actually
All of them.
I've actually never seen, but I've heard that the third one's pretty bad. Blade Trinity.
Oh yeah, 2 and 3 neither are great, but
Yeah. At
it's
least,
Wesley Snipes. What word do you want?
at least two was I think two was Guillermo del Toro, wasn't it? So it has that like that.
It might have been. I've actually only seen that movie once, the second one.
Because Ron Perlman's in it, right? Okay, yeah, it's Guillermo del Toro.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I have to go back and rewatch it
I need
then.
to actually watch those movies.
They're fun.
The first one, since we were talking about the early days of superhero movies, it made me think of Unbreakable. Have you ever seen Unbreakable?
I have not,
Oh,
sadly.
you got to. I'm just gonna go on a bit of a splurge for a bit.
Is that the one? Isn't that is that tied to Glass?
Yes.
Is that the one?
It goes.
I've seen.
or it
What's the split personality one?
Yeah, it goes Unbreakable, Split, then Glass.
Okay, I've seen Split. I haven't seen Glass or Unbreakable, but Split was fantastic.
Yeah, I would probably say Unbreakable's even better, but that's just probably my
Okay.
taste because I like it's more of a superhero movie.
Oh no, I just enjoyed.
Split's great.
Who is the actor?
James McAvoy?
Yes, he was able to
He killed it.
He was fantastic.
I love every single moment he's on screen. He should have been. Honestly, I wouldn't be upset if he was nominated for stuff. For that.
Oh yeah,
for
no,
that role in particular.
I wish he would have been.
I feel like the Oscars just don't like horror movies and probably don't like Shyamalan.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause-
But I mean, Shyamalan has done some actual legit good movies.
yeah, like Unbreakable. Unbreakable for me is a fantastic movie, especially when you think of when it came out. It came out in 2000, so I think just the first X-Men movie was out. I want to say.
Yeah, because that was, I think X-Men was either 99 or 2000.
So superhero movies were, and then you think of what came before. It was all camp. It was Blade. It was Spawn. It was Batman and Robin.
The only, I would say, serious superhero movies before that were maybe Batman Returns.
Yeah, and of course Steel, starring Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, yeah. Or of course, the original Superman movies. The first two, at least.
Oh, yeah.
Those are good.
They're not super serious, but yeah. Have you ever seen Steel, starring Shaquille O'Neal?
I have not, sadly.
It's kind of bad. I've seen clips of it. It's pretty bad.
Is it better than Shaq Fu?
Not many things are. I don't think so.
Okay.
But, so yeah, you had all that camp. You had all that, no one's really taking this whole thing seriously. And then you have a movie that it markets itself. It doesn't market itself as a superhero movie. Because the audience before had just seen, Sixth Sense. So Bruce Willis was dead. He's a ghost. So people were... It marketed itself as there's something going on with this Bruce Willis character, but we don't know what it is. So everyone thought he was probably dead. He was a ghost, something like that.
Tie into the Sixth Sense.
Yeah, and then slowly you start to realize it's a superhero movie.
That actually sounds really cool.
Yeah, it doesn't let you know, but it does it in it's a very slow burn. It is a very slow movie.
Is it on anything right now?
I'm not too sure because I'm having a hard time. I'm having a hard time even finding a Blu-ray because I'm not. It's probably on some type of streaming service somewhere.
Yeah, or if not, I'm sure it wouldn't be cheap. It wouldn't be too expensive. It would be cheap to rent off YouTube or something for a night
for $3 or something. Yeah, it's very slow, but at the end, it's it has of course the Shyamalan twist. This is the very beginning of the Shyamalan twist. I won't tell you the twist. No spoilers, but
okay.
yeah.
Speaking of Shyamalan twist, my girlfriend has never seen The Sixth Sense. I might have told you this before. She doesn't know the ending.
I've actually never seen it either, but I know the ending because it's pop culture.
So yeah, she doesn't know it. She has no idea. I need to get her to watch it before it's spoiled.
Really? She doesn't know.
Yeah, I asked her. I was like, "Are you serious?" She's like, "I know nothing about that movie."
Huh.
I remember one time our friend Valerie, I tried to make her watch it because she had never seen it and she didn't know the twist. She watched about half of it and was like, "Yeah, I'm not feeling it." And I was like, "You gotta finish it."
Hold on, wait.
And she just left.
She's never. I guess they never listened to the Lonely Island song "Jizz in My Pants." They reference it. They say when Bruce Willis dies at the end of Sixth Sense, I jizzed in my pants.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Or might have been one of those things that you hear and you just brush off because you don't know anything about it.
Register.
So
You're just like, oh, okay.
But yeah, so Unbreakable. I need to watch it.
It really is just it's a great movie. It's one of Shyamalan. It's probably my favorite Shyamalan film. Because all of like because you know you watch Shyamalan film and you're like, no one talks this way. Why is everyone talking so weird?
Yeah. Like the George Lucas in the prequels.
Hello there. I hate sand. I love those movies. They're so quotable.
They are, and they're not quotable in the good way though. But that's what makes it even better.
The r/prequel memes on Reddit. Gotta
that reignited my love for them.
Yeah. But I recommend, and then of course Split is really good too. But you don't find out that it ties into Unbreakable until the end. And,
yeah, it's just a brief scene where he shows up, right?
Yeah, Bruce Willis character David Dunn. Even the name is like it's a very superhero because it's like the two
alliteration.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the word. The alliteration. Peter Parker.
So he's Double D Man.
He's Double D Man, like me. Yeah, he's David Dunn. And then Glass is a flaming disappointment, and I hate.
Oh.
But
That's a shame. So two real good movies building up, and you're like, "This is gonna be great," and then it hits, and you're like, "This fucking sucks."
But I highly recommend watching it to feel that disappointment. It's almost cathartic how disappointing it is.
I'm not. I don't want to do that to myself.
It's one of those endings that like thinks it's really smart and really deep,
and it just sucks.
It's just like, no, this makes no sense, and this is stupid.
Fair enough.
You flew too close to the sun, Shyamalan. You flew too close to the sun.
Shamalama ding dong.
Shamalama. What a twist.
But all right, so what's the next movie you got up on the bracket?
This next one is a movie that came out last year, actually, and I'm really, really upset because I work in a movie theater, and I'm really, really upset that a lot of people just didn't come to watch it. And the box office was about, I think, 25 million overall. 14 million in the US, which makes me really sad.
What was the budget of the movie, though?
7 million. So it made double its budget, or a little more than triple its budget worldwide. And it's a movie called Brightburn. You've seen it, yes? Yes,
this is one I actually saw in theater. Kamar, Micah, and I went to go see it.
What did you think of it?
It was parts of it are very cheesy, and at the time we were kind of clowning on it. But then when I found out it was made on a $7 million budget, I was like, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, and the premise of it is awesome.
The premise it almost carries the movie. Just a evil superhero kid, and it's a horror movie.
It's basically, I mean, the premise is Superman, but instead of becoming a hero to all, his home planet tells him that he needs to be god of the world and
just take
everything. Over.
Yeah, like there's just so many parts of that, like parts of the movie that I just love. That just specifically cater to things I like.
The deaths in this movie are brutal. They are
so jaw-dropping, if you will.
Oh, that scene in particular. The one that got me was the glass in the eye.
Oh, it just looked so like.
Yeah, I normally I don't get really grossed out by stuff, but seeing the shards of glass being pulled from the woman's eye. Ooh.
Yeah.
But
and
even though
there's even some good like cinematography techniques, like after her eye gets stabbed, you see through her vision, and one eye's blurry and has some blood on it, and the other eye you can see. So I thought that was an interesting use of cinematography.
Yeah, the guy's jaw falls off. That scene. it was so gross, but at the same time, it was over the top that me and my friends were kind of giggling about it. We're like, "Whoa!"
I was kind of giggling because my mom likes that show, Mom, with Anna
Mhm.
Faris, and that guy's on it.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the stepdad or I think stepdad or some type of some ex-husband
Hmm.
of Anna Faris.
Yeah, he's some type of grown-up man.
Yeah, he's a drug dealer in that movie in that show too.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's kind of fun. So like seeing him and then seeing him die like that was really really funny.
It just like is it's hanging off, just like barely connected. He's like,
He's like, and he just dies.
although I will say I had to laugh at the flying animations that they had
Yeah, so
because they weren't the best.
yeah, you could tell like they kind of were trying to work around the budget.
Mhm.
Like when he's flying
But
through the house. But the thing is,
that's I know it's supposed to be a super serious like he's gonna kill us, but it just seemed like
what I do like what they did despite that was they made the weight of the character very like apparent. Like this kid is heavy and he's like very powerful and he can blast through whatever. Like when he runs into that guy and that guy explodes.
yep, like just.
You just
I will
no
say
more.
I love the design for the logo for him as well.
Yeah, they sell shirts with that logo. I
It's
kinda
pretty metal.
Yeah, it's BB Brightburn, Brandon Breyer. It kind of works, and also that alliteration too.
Hmm.
And even I like the design of the ship. Like even the ship looks creepy.
Yes.
And I was like, this ship, I don't like this ship. It looks
They did a good job of making it look like grotesque alien
yeah.
type.
Because like Superman's ship, it's like it's all metal and like futuristic and stuff.
Hmm.
This looks like some gross like Predator or Alien versus Predator type stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think the kid did a good job too. Usually, child actors are kind of hard to find.
Hmm. Like you get some that are actually legitimately good actors. Like we were talking about The Sixth Sense earlier. Like
Oh yeah,
Haley Joel
Haley Joel
Osment in that
Osment,
movie was actually really good.
who is, if you didn't know, is I believe Sora in Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
He voices Sora.
Still to this day, even in Kingdom Hearts 3, is a grown man.
It's why his voice kind of sounds weird in Kingdom Hearts 3. I was like, you're trying, but you sound old. Because I think when the first one came out, he was already like 14 or like 13.
Yeah, he was just like probably hitting puberty.
Yeah, so he was able to do the kid voice still. Then Kingdom Hearts 2 came out and he was like 16 or 17, able to do the teenage voice. But then now he's like 30. So it's like
I want to see Sora just like a broken down, dejected man with a cigarette hanging out of his lips, just like, life ain't worth a damn anymore, Mickey.
so just Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought everyone who acted in that movie did a really good job. Like the parents, what's the lady's name? She directed the new Charlie's Angels.
Not as big of a movie buff as you, so I don't know.
She's a good actor, but she's the one that complained that her Charlie's Angels movie didn't do well because of men and superhero movies. Which was ironic because she was in a superhero movie. She's been in multiple superhero movies.
And it's not like the older Charlie's Angels did fantastic.
Yeah, the one with Lucy Liu and Cameron Diaz and stuff. It's just that this one kind of just
sucked.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but it didn't look very good. Just didn't look too good.
Mm-mm.
The only thing I do have some criticisms of the movie. Even though I love it, I still have some criticisms. I think one or two more rewrites would have done the movie well. Maybe like 15 more minutes.
You don't like him being a creeper in that little girl's bedroom?
No, yeah, that was good. That was best.
that was actually legit.
That was really
creepy.
Scary. But I would have liked to see more of like a transformation of Brandon from a good kid to an evil villain.
Yeah, because it kind of he goes from good kid to like moody to like I'm killing everybody.
The ship contacts him and he's like, all right, time to kill things. I would have liked like incrementally him to make like bad choices.
Yeah,
like, finding out
leading up to like accidentally killing someone, but then realizing that he likes it or something.
Yeah, like that would have probably made for a better like villain story.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe just adding, like I said, like 15 more minutes with a little bit more character development probably would have done the movie pretty well.
Yeah, but overall, I liked it. It was a fun movie.
I still really like it. It's just a fun slasher film, and not many movies have that premise of superhero, but like also horror movie.
That might be one of the only ones I know, honestly.
New Mutants was supposed to have it, but it keeps getting pushed back, and I'm so sad.
Is that ever gonna come out?
I'm thinking they might just dump it to Disney Plus, honestly.
I mean, it.
Because it was supposed to come out 3 years ago. I remember seeing the trailers.
Yeah, I remember seeing the trailer. I just assumed that it had come out and wasn't very good. That's why nobody talked about it.
It just never came out. And I'm sad because the directors were like in an interview a few years back. They were talking about how passionate they were about making this movie and how they want to make like superhero horror like a thing.
And then it just never came to fruition.
That makes me really, really sad. Because they were in the trailer, there were some spooky looking moments and like practical effects and stuff like that. It looked really cool. Mm-hmm. And then also the Doctor Strange sequel is supposed to have horror elements as well.
Yes, I'm actually incredibly excited because horror with the psychedelic trippiness of Doctor Strange seems like it could be awesome.
Yeah, apparently I've heard that the comics in the Multiverse of Madness storyline and the Doctor Strange storyline are very like what's the I'm trying to think of that horror author that's like really popular.
R.L. Stein.
Yes.
Author of Goosebumps.
Author of Goosebumps. Yes, they're very inspired. No, they're inspired by what's the guy? He has a cat and it has a very explicit name.
He has a cat with a very explicit name.
Yes. He created Cthulhu, didn't he?
Oh, he older guy.
Mm-hmm. From
like I thought you meant like a recent no. Lovecraft. H.P. Lovecraft.
I've heard that the comics are very like Lovecraftian in their horror of those.
That sounds awesome. Then I thought you were talking like a new horror guy. I was like
R.L. Stein.
Yeah, I know R.L. Stein. I know Stephen King, and that's about it.
No, yeah, they have a very Lovecraftian edge to them, and you got Sam Raimi to direct, who directed all the Evil Dead movies, so that could totally work. Like with some
honestly.
Stuff.
Like, I view Raimi now, like, I know him for Spider-Man, but he's actually a great horror director.
Yeah, I didn't know that until recently, because I just saw him as the Spider-Man guy. And then recently he did that alligator movie, Crawl.
I never saw that. Was that good?
Some people said it was very Sam Raimi.
So, yes, good. So
I guess, yeah, entertaining.
Just a crocodile turn emo halfway through a dance?
Yes. But yeah, so I think horror superheroes should be a thing. And if it's not a thing, more people need to make it a thing.
Yeah, that's like I said, I'm excited for that new Doctor Strange.
And then New Mutants, if it ever comes out.
That one I'll be a little more. If a show goes through that type of development hell, there might be reasons for it, but I'll keep my fingers crossed.
Yeah, I think the first signs of development hell were because of I think one of the cast members got deported or something, so they had to do some reshoots. Like, there was some stuff going on with that. And then
okay, well, maybe it would be good then, because that doesn't sound like it was shitty. That just sounds like horrible circumstances.
Yeah, and then COVID. So, oops, I can't say it. Whoops, oh no.
No, that's my nickname. You know, Colton, COVID.
Coltvid, yes.
Because they called me, like, COVID, like, the cold video guy, because I make sick, ice cold dope footage,
dang,
bruh.
You sure are COVID. But yeah, and then it got pushed back because of what's going on now. So I'm hoping that it didn't affect like the movie's quality, because sometimes a movie can go through development hell and still be pretty good. Yeah,
it can happen. It just I'm more hesitant.
You can either be Coco or The Good Dinosaur. Two movies that both went through development hell, but one's good and the other wasn't.
One is universally loved and one is The Good Dinosaur.
The other one is The Good Dinosaur. Did you have any more superhero type thingy dealies that you think of? TV shows?
No, there was I'm lame and I know all the popular stuff. Although there is one I haven't seen, but I really want to watch. I think it's called Mystery Men. It's like a superhero comedy.
I haven't heard of that.
I've only heard like seen little clips of it, but it looks really funny. I'll have to watch it soon and report back next time.
Oh, you know what's underrated that we both seen?
What?
The live action Tick with Patrick
Oh,
Warburton.
the yes, that show is fantastic.
Actually, it's really funny.
I still remember one of the hardest times I've like ever laughed was when you and I were at Texas State and we were watching it, and there's one scene where it just jump cuts to him in his full costume. Yeah, looking in the mirror with a shaving cream beard. It's the stupidest transition, but it's hilarious.
It's so good. Obviously, like the animated show and the comic are good, but this right here,
like Patrick Warburton's voice might be a little played out at this point in time, but it fits that show it fits well.
That character in that show. Didn't they try to redo it on Amazon Prime?
Yeah, I've heard it actually wasn't. It was pretty good too. I never watched. I don't have Prime because I'm a loser. But I'll have to. If you gotta let me know how it is.
I'll check it out. I don't know if it's still on there.
I believe so because it was a Prime original.
Yeah. There's also on Prime. They got the Boys, which I've heard is really good.
Oh yeah, my friend Sean was telling me about that.
It's kind of like. Well, I've heard that what's the main bad superhero guy in that show? Homelander. I've heard he's like Brightburn grown up.
Okay.
Yeah. I saw some really adorable fan art on r/Brightburn. There is an r/Brightburn. There's like 300 members.
You're one of them. You're one of the elites.
I'm one of the elites. Someone drew some really adorable fan art of Superman grabbing Brightburn by the ear. I thought that was kind of cute.
Ripping his head off.
Or someone drew some fan art of Homelander versus Brightburn as well.
Okay. Is that community still active?
I don't think so. I'm really, really sad that Brightburn just didn't take the world by storm. I ranted about it in my best and worst movies of 2019 video.
Mm-hmm.
And it really upset me that a few weeks later, Annabelle came out, and it made $325 million at the box office. Annabelle 3, the same thing over and over in the Conjuring universe.
Got so repetitive. The first Conjuring was okay.
I've heard it's good. I've heard there's some good stuff in it.
I didn't think it was as good as some people had said. Like, before I'd seen it, they were talking it up as the best horror movie in 20 years.
Yeah, people were really... Yeah.
It's good.
They said it was it's the scariest thing you'll ever see.
It wasn't that scary to me.
And then it just kept going. Conjuring 2... Annabelle, which I've heard the first Annabelle's awful. I've heard it's just bad.
Mm-hmm.
And the second Annabelle was actually directed by the guy who directed Shazam, so I've heard that's the one good one.
Maybe I'll have to watch that thing, because like I said, Conjuring 1, I enjoyed it. I didn't think it was as good as people said, but it was good. The second one was garbage.
And then Annabelle 3 sucked. The Nun sucked.
I actually wanted to watch that one, but I never saw it, so that makes me sad to hear that it sucked.
Yeah, everyone who came out of that theater was like, this movie sucks. It was busy, but the thing is, it still made a bunch of money. It was busy.
Mm-hmm.
It made a crap ton of money.
Once you have an established franchise, people will go see it, even if it's garbage.
Even something like La Llorona, which doesn't make sense to be in this franchise. They slapped on part of the Conjuring universe, and guess what? Made tons of money.
Yeah, that's so weird to me, because growing up in San Antonio, the legend of La Llorona was a huge thing.
Yeah, it's
I didn't know it was
folklore around here.
Yeah, especially with the Hispanic culture. But then it got made into this major motion picture, and I was just like, okay.
Yeah, and I liked in the trailer, she's like, have you ever heard of La Llorona? I was like, oh, no.
That's not how they say it at all.
Oh, no.
So when are they gonna... If they're starting to take that, they gotta dig deep into San Antonio horror
movie?
lore.
You gotta get a LaChusa movie.
Dude, that would legit scare the shit out of me. LaChusa terrified me as a child.
That's the owl thing, right?
Mm-hmm. That thing seemed terrifying.
I think.
But no, we gotta go. Donkey Lady.
Oh yeah. Honestly, if they gave La Llorona to Guillermo del Toro, I think it would have been horrifying. Kind of awesome, kind of scary.
I think he would have done well with that.
Yeah, because there's some really there's some really good horror directors that are very creative.
Mm-hmm.
can still make good horror, like Ari Aster, the guy who did Hereditary and Midsummer.
Yes, I haven't seen. I saw Hereditary. Haven't seen Midsummer yet. I need to.
I've heard Hereditary's messed up. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it was
messed up.
It was good though.
Yeah.
Like that's what when I see horror, that is what I want to watch.
Mm-hmm. But I guess going back on the superhero train.
Yeah. This isn't supposed to be a horror podcast.
Superhero. I don't. I'm a scaredy cat. I don't really watch much horror. But Brightburn was the one exception. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was super upset that Annabelle made so much money and
Brightburn didn't do
a creative, cool new idea with some talented people behind it didn't. As it just life is unfair.
I wondered what that movie could have been, even if they would have just doubled the budget.
Yeah. If they, I don't know whether it was the marketing or I'm not sure what it was, but I don't know why it just didn't click with people. I'm sad. Everyone who saw it said they liked it.
Yeah, maybe like 10, 15 years we'll get a reboot because it's a good idea.
Yeah, and it leans for a sequel or like even a universe. Like it leads off. I'm so sad. Now I'm depressed.
You got any others?
Did you have any others?
Nah, like I said, I'm a nerd. I don't know too many underrated classics in the superhero genre.
I would honestly say just real quick that even though now Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse has like a lot of accolades and awards, I still think as a Spider-Man property, it's kind of underrated.
Oh, it's the best Spider-Man movie.
Yes. But simply for the fact that it's animated, a lot of people looked it over.
Yeah, which is a shame because it like as much as I love the original Spider-Man, it's not great, but I love it. As much as I love the Tom Holland ones, like I think they're actually really good. Andrew Garfield ones are.
As much as we have indifferent opinions to the Andrew Garfield ones,
yeah, like they weren't bad. I have nothing against them. They weren't great, but they were just kind of. But Into the Spider-Verse it's
probably the best Spider-Man thing to exist.
I would say either that or the Spider-Man PS4 game.
PS4 game, yeah.
Those are neck and neck for me, but they're both really good.
Yeah, it's fantastic, but because I remember when I was working and Spider-Verse was going to come out, and I was talking to it with like people that came in. I was like, "Oh, you're gonna see that new Spider-Man?" They're like, "Oh, what's a new Spider-Man?" I'm like, "Yeah, Into the Spider-Verse." They're like, "Oh, the cartoon." I'm like, "Yeah."
And I will say, he didn't have many lines in it, but Nicolas Cage in that movie is incredible.
I'm just really glad that it won Best Picture over both the Disney and the Pixar choices that year.
Mm-hmm. And it deserved it.
It really did. I feel like a lot of these two directors, I was gonna say Trey Parker and Matt Stone, but that's not right.
South Park.
Phil Lord and Chris Miller. They're the guys behind the Lego Movie and 21 Jump Street, and I feel like they should be given more work, please.
Yeah, honestly, because everything they've done, I've enjoyed. Like what you just said. I remember when I first watched the Lego Movie, I went into it with. I didn't have any expectations. I didn't think it was going to be bad, but I didn't think it was going to be good.
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious.
You thought it was going to be like Playmobil. That's what everyone expected the Lego Movie to be.
Yeah, but no, the Lego Movie was great. Lego Batman was great.
Lego Batman is amazing.
Lego Movie 2 was...
okay.
It had scenes that were funny.
The Bruce Willis scene was funny.
Bruce
Willis scene was really funny.
Or I cracked up at the Superman. He's been a Zod.
I need to watch it again because I watched it half of it with you, and then another time with my brother. The full time, the full thing.
It wasn't as good as the others, but it was still enjoyable.
It was all right. But I guess the other main underrated superhero movie I have on my list is Hancock, starring Will Smith. Oh, that's hot.
Yeah, I remember when that came out. Being how old were we at the time? Ooh, what year did that movie come out?
2009, 2008,
something like that. I just remember the name "cock" in the title, and constantly thinking it was funny.
It's a good thing our humor evolved, right? We're more mature now.
As I said, "cock," and you giggle.
I actually saw this one in the theaters, and I own the extended DVD, which literally has like one or two more scenes.
I was supposed to. I didn't know there's an extended edition of it.
It has a scene where Hancock takes a girl back to his trailer and they have sex.
Really putting the
Super
cock in
sex.
Hancock. Does he like blast her across the room?
Yes, actually. And then when he finishes,
Are you serious?
Yeah, like he throws her across, and when he finishes, stuff shoots. It makes holes in his trailer, like on the ceiling.
You're fucking with me.
No, it's real. That's a real scene. It's great.
What?
It's hilarious. Yeah, that scene was probably worth it. It was worth it. Should have been in the original cut.
I can see why it wasn't, but
if you look up Hancock deleted scene, I'm sure you'll find it. But
I am absolutely gonna do that after we're done tonight.
yeah, but I think not only is it a funny movie, I think it just has a good premise.
It was I guess I've only seen it once, but I remember enjoying it, and that was like at that point I think Will Smith was still pretty much hitting it out the park every time.
Yeah,
It was
I think it's interesting because at the time Will Smith is very like, oh, he's family friendly. Will Smith, he always helping Kevin James get dates. He's blasting robots. Oh, that's hot. But and in this movie, he's like super raunchy and he like curses like all the time, and
he had to show that like I ain't just for kids.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
But he doesn't have to cuss to sell records.
Yeah, Will Smith don't have to cuss to sell. Yeah, apparently he has to cuss to sell movies.
I mean, honestly, sometimes it. Did you see the new Bad Boys?
No, I heard it's as good as the originals though.
Really? Okay, I hadn't heard nothing about it, but I kind of wanted to watch it.
Yeah, everyone that saw it said it was probably as good as the originals.
I'll be damned.
But
I'm gonna have to give it a shot now.
I really liked the premise of that superheroes are like these ancient beings that have always existed.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cool premise.
It is a cool concept. Just
it really isn't fleshed out that much, but it's a cool premise.
Makes you think, like, what if all, like, the Greek gods and shit were just superheroes?
Yeah. Yeah. And the last two were left were him and some lady. I would have liked a sequel to, like, expand on that universe, and I'm really sad it didn't get one.
It had good reviews at the time. I remember it being a big hit.
Yeah, and, like, the director, like, a year later was like, we're making a sequel. And it just never happened.
Oh, that's a shame. What was that? I'm just thinking of Will Smith now. What was that new one that looked awful? Gemini Man?
Oh, God, I heard it was really bad.
It looked like I saw the preview for it. I was just like, how did this get the green light? Like, Will Smith saw this script and was like,
oh that's hot. He saw it and was like, oh, that's hot.
That's hot.
Apparently, it's like, it was a script from the 90s. Like, it was supposed to come out then. But like
it got shelved for that long.
The technology just wasn't there, and it still isn't there because like they made a CGI Will Smith that looks like a CGI Will Smith.
At least it's not GameCube graphics.
Boom. Yeah, and was it 120 frames per second or something, which most theaters can't play. So what was the point?
Yeah, this isn't like some high-tech gaming monitor with a great refresh rate.
Yeah.
This is cinema.
The theater I worked at had a single screen where it could play 4K, 60 frames per second. No, not many theaters are built with a screen that can, especially not independent theaters. Like maybe like some of the big chains, maybe.
Either are the artsier theater, like if you go to Alamo Drafthouse or something.
Yeah, something like that may have a screen that could play that.
Because like I know when I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood at the Draft House, I got to see was it the 30 millimeter cut?
Okay.
It was one of the fancier. That was fun. That was a good time.
Yeah.
Food was good.
But there's just no point in making it like that.
Yeah, it really wasn't like. And who's gonna go home and get like a 4K Ultra Blu-ray
just for Gemini Man?
Yeah.
Like, they see it and they're like inspired. They're like, oh, man, that was such a good experience.
I need to experience it better.
At home. Yeah.
Where I can watch it in my underwear.
I can watch it in the safety.
Of my underwear.
Of my underwear. But yeah, Hancock, It was a pretty cool idea, and I wish it would get a sequel. I really, really wanted to get a sequel. Even
Let's
now,
start a
I would take
petition.
one. Let's start a petition. Hashtag Hancock2.
Gemini Man Hancock crossover.
Ooh, all the Will Smiths. That's really hot.
Can we have a Shark Tale cameo at the end?
Can we have a Shark Tale sequel? Let's talk about that. It's just the
Make it even more racial stereotypes.
the WSCU, the Will Smith Cinematic Universe. All of his characters come together. And
You're saying this. This sounds incredible. I want to see the Fresh Prince fight the Gemini Man.
I want to see the genie meet Will Smith fish from a Shark Tale.
With the character from I Am Legend that comes and shoots both of them.
And then Sonny from My Robot comes in.
Oh,
And then Will Smith plays Fortnite.
What's the one he did with the Beyond Earth? Was that the name of it?
After Earth. Yeah.
After
What
Earth.
he did with the sun. Yeah.
Has he? After Earth.
After Earth. Aha. Woohoo. He should have made a rap. Aha. After Earth. Yaha. Woohoo.
Hey, get DJ Jazzy Jeff on that shit, and it'll be
It'll be a hit. Yeah, I'm in the Earth with my son. Waha, woohoo!
And then his son will be like, Batman.
Batman. I'm what's that song? Is Icon? I'm an icon living.
Yeah, that's
Jaden Smith's one of those people who thinks he's one of those people that thinks he belongs in the AP class, but really belongs in the special ed class.
Can we change Huggercast and just the Will Smith appreciation podcast? Every week we just talk about how great he was.
There's a podcast I listen to called The Snark Tank. It's these three YouTubers, and the past few episodes they've been talking about Keith David and how much they love Keith David.
Wait. Okay, I'm sorry. To go back to Will Smith one more time. This isn't Will Smith directly, but the movie that his wife is in, is it Girls Trip?
Oh, are you talking about that one where, the recent one, right? I think she's in it, yeah.
Yeah, because Jada Pinkett Smith,
that annoying black lady,
yeah. She's actually Tiffany Haddish. Haddish? I don't know how to say it.
I really dislike Tiffany Haddish.
I don't normally like her roles. She's funny in that movie.
Okay, maybe I'll just have to watch that movie.
I saw that movie just, as a double date once, and because Kamar, actually it wasn't even a double date, it was like our whole friend group, because Kamar's mom told us we should see it because she thought it was funny.
That's hilarious. I love that.
And it was way raunchier than I was expecting. It
did really well at the theaters.
It's really fun. You should actually watch it.
I'll have to check it out with my mom. My mom likes movies like that, so
okay. I mean, just there's a scene where a grapefruiting scene.
Oh God, yes.
So yeah, it's funny. You should watch it.
But we went a long way from superheroes.
Will Smith is a damn superhero.
Will Smith is a superhero. Did you? There's a few superhero shows that got canceled really early in their infancy, like Young Justice, which is coming back, right? I
believe so. I never saw it originally though, so I
saw the first episode. I thought it was kind of cool. I need to watch more of it.
Is that the one? Which is the one where Robin goes, "Fuck Batman"?
Oh, that's Titans. Just
Titans. That's right.
I've heard. Besides that, it's not too bad. But
I've heard it's a little try-hardy, but it's actually not awful.
There was that one CGI Batman show that got canceled really early. Beware the Batman. Do you remember that?
I didn't even know there's a CGI Batman show.
Yeah, it was a CGI Batman called Beware the Batman. It had a season. Same with the Green Lantern Corps CGI show.
I do remember that one.
There's remember Batman Brave and the Bold?
Yeah, that one was actually good.
I heard it was more funny. It's more.
It was a little more lighthearted, but yeah.
Did you ever watch Teen Titans Go to the movies?
I still haven't actually. I've seen some of the show Teen Titans Go, but I heard the movie was actually pretty funny.
The movie's hilarious, and what makes it really great is Will Arnett as Slade.
His voice is just fantastic.
It's just a good voice to listen to.
I liked he was in, I believe it's actually a skateboarding video called Pretty Sweet. It's because it's a skateboard company named Girl. They
Mhm.
had a movie skateboard video called Yeah Right that had Owen Wilson in it, and that scene is
Oh.
hilarious and you should watch it.
Oh, I feel like you showed it to me, or someone showed it to me.
Where it's him
Yeah.
talking and then they do some camera tricks to make it look like he board slides like a 15 stair
Yeah.
rail. And
Yeah,
then
I've seen that. I've seen that one.
so the same company like a decade later put out Yeah Right, and Will Arnett's in it and Jack Black's in it as well actually,
Oh, that's pretty
and he
awesome.
gets naked in it, and that was really kind of awkward because they're in a public park and he's like, if you land this now I'm gonna get naked, and he lands it and he just takes his clothes off and cups his
Oh
balls and
my
runs around.
god. That's hilarious. Gonna get arrested.
It really was. I was like, this isn't a movie set. Skateboard videos aren't filmed like that. Like this is a crime.
That's awesome. uh, but that Teen Titans Go movie, it actually there's actually like a lot of really really dark and messed up humor in that movie.
There's this show there's every once in a while, like
Yeah.
it's mostly super kiddie, but there's some moments in it that I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, like there's a scene in the movie where like they want to be the only superheroes, so they go back in time and like prevent all the other superheroes from becoming superheroes. Like they go in the to Aquaman in the sea when he's a baby, and they throw like one of those soda like things. The
Really? That's what I
it
was
like
thinking.
chokes
But
him and he dies.
I was like, there's no way they would do that.
Yeah.
They actually did that.
Yeah, and then they go back with Batman's parents, and they tell him to take they're like go the safe route so that they don't that Batman
Take the
never,
detour.
yeah, and so that Batman never becomes a thing. And then they go back in the future, and the world is destroyed because they suck at being superheroes. So they have to go back and tell Batman's parents to go in the alley and get killed. There's just a lot of moments like that, and it pokes fun at not even just Marvel but DC. Like,
Yeah. They throw. I've heard it's just like no one's safe.
yeah, they make fun of like Green Lantern because like they're talking about how every superhero has a movie, and like Green Lantern's like, oh, there was a Green Lantern movie, but we don't talk about it.
Like how in Deadpool 2 when he goes back to
Oh, yeah, when he sees Ryan Reynolds with the Green Lantern script, he's like,
yeah.
your ticket to the big time, and he just shoots him. Or he goes back to X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yes, that one was all that whole scene of him like time traveling was fantastic.
Yeah. Baby Hitler, the uncut scene. Yeah. He's like, oh, you're so cute, I can't do this.
But yeah, you got any others?
I'm trying to think if there's like any more, because like a lot of the ones that come out that are bad are hated.
Mm-hmm.
Like X-Men Origins is bad, but it's still kind of entertaining.
I've skipped around with the X-Men franchise. I've seen like half of them, but not in order. So like I'm missing parts of plot points, and I just get into a movie. I'm like, all right, Logan was great.
Oh, Logan's amazing. I had to do a little bit of an X-Men like crash course because Dark Phoenix was coming out last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, Dark Phoenix is gonna be good, and it wasn't.
Yeah,
So
it's
bad.
really. That's one I'm not gonna say it's underrated because like when it came out, it got tons of love, but I don't hear anybody talk about Logan anymore.
Yeah, I guess it wasn't a cultural landmark like everyone thought it would be, but
I thought it was great though.
it's just a great movie.
Like it legitimately almost brought me to tears, which
It brought
is
me.
saying
I cried. I
I sadly have a very hard time crying.
I have a very easy time crying.
The only movie in I can think the past 10 years that made me cry was Toy Story 4.
Ooh, yeah, that was a good movie.
Although it wasn't fair because they set me up. I saw it at the Alamo Draft House,
Uh-huh.
and it starts with they had a pre-roll thing. It was like Why We Love Pixar, all the gut-wrenching moments, and it played back to back to back like all the saddest parts of all the Pixar movies, and it ended with the montage from Up where she dies.
Oh my god! Yeah, that'll get
So I
you.
was already going into the movie sad, and then it just being. We talked about it last episode how big of a part of my childhood Toy Story was. Like seeing it, like the ending of it, I was just like, "I'm a big boy."
I'm a big boy. I teared up at Finding Dory just at the beginning because the animation was just so pretty.
Oh no, it was a fantastic looking movie.
Yeah. I still like it. I think a lot of people give it too much hate. I think it's a good movie.
I think it was. I put it on the level of like Monsters University, where it was good.
Happen,
yeah, I wouldn't say it was like classic Pixar, but it was definitely enjoyable.
Yeah. I guess if you can't think of any more underrated superhero things,
we could talk about our favorite superheroes, our fans. But yeah, question.
I was like, I'm just gonna stay silent.
Let it be known, Derek hates all of you.
Let it be known that I find you guys completely annoying. No, I like you guys. You guys are cool.
They're all right.
If you listen to our
Don't lie to them.
I love you. Colton will go to your house and make love to you. Sweet, passionate love.
You hear that, Jacob? I'm coming for you.
You should just stop the sentence at "Hear that, Jacob? I'm coming," and that's it. But yes, if you guys want to submit a question,
always feel free. If you know me in real life, feel free to ask me. And if you don't, I'm not giving out my stuff, as I've said, because this is I am a private boy. But feel free to ask Derek.
This is your only digital footprint. Is just this podcast.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't linked any of my stuff to it, so. Nobody will ever know.
Tweet me at Huggerderek if you guys want to ask a question for next episode. And we got a good amount, so let's stop dilly dally, and we'll go through them.
All right.
At Black Texan or Black_Texan, which is my brother, as I said in the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
He asks, since SpongeBob Rehydrated just got released, which other SpongeBob game would you like to see get remastered?
See, I sadly didn't get to really play many SpongeBob games growing up.
I played a ton. Like, anything that had SpongeBob on it, I asked my parents for.
But, what was it? Lights, Camera,
Pants? The one that was Mario Party, but SpongeBob?
Yeah, that one always seemed interesting to me.
I would like to see an HD remaster. And since
I think I like party games.
And it was just a really fun party game. Like, the mini games were really fun.
So that's my answer. That's the one I want to see.
Okay. There's Battle for Bikini Bottom. The movie game would be cool to see.
I heard that one was actually pretty good.
It had a lot of the similar mechanics that Battle for Bikini Bottom had. And then Creature from the Krusty Krab would be an awesome one too.
I remember you talking about that one. That one I had never even heard of until you brought it up.
Yeah, it was a fun action-adventure game. I thought that would be pretty cool.
Okay. So basically any of them.
Yeah, a lot of them, even if they did Flying Dutchman again and fixed all the problems, that'd be cool.
I just want more SpongeBob, please.
I kind of miss SpongeBob games. I wish they would make more.
I would like a new one.
Yeah, like if they did a completely new one, like original, not based on a movie, just a random drop of a new SpongeBob game. That'd be dope.
Although I wish they could bring back the original writers and have what is the Derek Dryman, I think, was the creative director.
Yeah, Derek. Yeah, I always thought it was Dramone, but it's probably Dryman.
Obviously we can't have Steven Hillenburg, R.I.P.
Yeah.
But like get as much of the. We could have what?
We could have a I believe it's C.H. Greenblatt, the guy who went on to create Chowder. He was a writer on SpongeBob in the early seasons.
Yeah, honestly, get as many of the original writers back, make a new game. That would be so cool.
That would be really dope. I would love that. Alrighty.
But all right, yeah.
Let's see. My friend Ruben at ZTCBITW writes in, if we really learn from our mistakes, why do we get so afraid of making them?
Because I think it's in the moment, the humiliation you feel at making a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
You always come out stronger from it, but in that moment, nobody likes to fail.
Yeah.
It's not a fun feeling. And us being human, we don't want to have bad feelings. So even though you will learn and grow from it, in the moment it sucks.
Yeah, because whenever you make a mistake, you always think of like, oh man, like I could have prevented this had I done this instead, or had I not done this.
The further you get away from the mistake, the more you can look back and be like, okay, I learned this from it and all that. But it's like in the moment, being wrong sucks.
Yeah. Because I mean, hindsight's 2020, but it never really does any good. So it's like, it's like, why bother?
Yeah,
It's a very deep question. I like it.
I do. I like those deeper questions. They're kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. Let me read the one from our biggest fan, besides Jacob.
Your girlfriend?
My girlfriend. You should have got one from Kaylee. See if she would have.
Oh yeah, I need to get one from her soon. I don't think she's listened to a single episode yet.
My girlfriend tries, but she doesn't do a lot of activities that would like lend itself to listening to some long form content like this.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
Tell her to fall asleep to our beautiful voices.
She said, well, I told her to do that, but she says she wants to actually listen.
That's okay.
Yeah. At It's Ma D on Twitter asks, what's the most forgettable superhero movie that people really slept on, in your own opinion? The most forgettable superhero movie.
I will say the first Fantastic Four. It's not great, but I don't think I think it got way too much hate for what it was.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
like
it's
people,
cheesy, it's dumb.
But cheesy and dumb, but it was one of those movies that kind of just turned my brain off, and like it wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I'll say after that, though, that series, it started at a low point and went even lower.
I would say that the Fan Force Stick, the reboot, was probably one of the most forgettable superhero movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, that one I just classify as bad, though.
But it's just forgettable. It's boring.
Nothing
happens.
If a superhero movie, to be a superhero movie, needs to have some action, some engaging something, not just boring.
Not just talking about our superheroes. Ooh, talk about our powers. Ooh, dark rooms.
I can do this. I'm not gonna do it on the on camera, but I can do it. Wink, wink.
Yeah, because I mean, most of that movie was spent in like dark rooms just talking.
Mm-hmm. Which I get. Sometimes a more mature movie where there is dialogue can be good, but for a superhero movie, that's not what people want to see.
Yeah, and especially something like Fantastic Four, where everyone's power is like the main focus.
Yeah, that's the whole point of them being the Fantastic Four.
They are fantastic.
So yeah, Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah.
Pretty forgettable.
Pretty bad and forgettable. I'm really hoping that when they bring them into the MCU, they do something cool.
I'm sure they'll make it work.
Yeah, because even if it's not great, at least it'll maybe be good.
It'll be entertaining.
It'll be better than what we got, yeah.
Because even the worst MCU movie is better than the best Fantastic Four movie.
Like I'd rather sit through like Ant-Man and the Wasp, which I've heard is like one of the worst ones, or Thor: The Dark Worlds, you know.
Yeah, they might not be the best, but they're more enjoyable than that.
Alrighty. Well, we have an Instagram question.
Okay, that's a new one.
At Jackery on Instagram asks, which is superior, Coke or Pepsi? Ooh. I used to be on the Coke side, but my mother's a very big Pepsi fan, and she kind of swayed me over a little bit. Just the fact that I have Pepsi more often. See,
I'm gonna say I only drink diet sodas now because I had to cut out sugar. But like back in the day, I always felt that Pepsi was better on the first sip, like more like hit more flavor. But over an entire bottle, I like Coke more. Okay, I could understand that. Coke is very crisp. It's not as sweet, which is I think like why Pepsi has that kick at the beginning. But it's a little too sweet for me as the bottle goes on. I feel like when it comes to the line of products that each company makes, I probably prefer Pepsi as well. Yeah, as a line of products, I think just because I was a Mountain Dew child. Mountain Dew is just amazing. And I think I prefer Crush to Fanta. I want to say I do. They're neck and neck for me. I don't have a clear-cut favorite in that regard. Although I will say real quick before we go on to the next question, did you ever try New Coke? No, I did not. When they I should have let you have some. They brought it back for Stranger Things. Stranger Things. Yeah. I did the whole thing where I ordered the collectible set just to get a can. How'd it taste? Like Coke trying to be Pepsi. So not very good? I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was a soda. I just was glad that I finally got to say that I wanted, for some weird reason, like, as a child, I remember being like 8, 9 years old, hearing about it and wanting to try it, and the
Yeah.
fact that I finally got to was like, yeah.
I was happy that we got to try Crystal Pepsi when they brought it back.
And that shit was pretty
Actually,
tasty.
I like it. I dig Crystal Pepsi a fair amount. More than most people, probably.
Or I dig now that it's back, but it's smaller quantities. Even though I had said I'd mostly cut out sugar sodas. If I see Surge, I will buy Surge.
They have it at certain Burger King locations.
Yeah, Burger King, and then actually, what's the Quick Trip? I've seen it at several
Okay.
Quick Trips as well.
Huh. I'll have to check that out.
If you like Mountain Dew, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, I've heard it's like Mountain Dew, but even more sugar.
It's Mountain Dew. Like the color of it is like slime green, like Nickelodeon slime.
Okay. So just unnatural.
Yeah, it looks toxic, but it's delicious.
It looks like the ooze from Ninja Turtles.
That's honestly exactly what it looks like.
Yeah. Honestly, when it comes to soda, I probably prefer stuff like not soda, but like punch or juice.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my
Kool-Aid.
vices, like Kool-Aid or even just like going to HEB and getting the big jug that just says orange drink.
I love those.
It's so tasty.
The Tampico or whatever the brand
Tampico's
is.
really good too. Or like just like off-brand, like weirdly mixed like pineapple, like cranberry, like 5 different fruits in there.
You ever try? It used to be like how they have the frozen orange juice concentrate that you buy. There was one for a while called Five Alive.
No, I never.
It was like orange, lime.
Ooh,
It was like 5 different tropical fruits
sounds kind of
in
good.
one. It was delicious, but sadly, I think it's only like available in England now.
Oh God, it's like with the blueberry Pepsi. You can only get it in like Indonesia.
I want to try that so bad.
I remember trying it when I was like 4, and I remember loving it. But sadly, you can only get it out of country.
Let's plan a Huggercast trip to Indonesia.
Huggercast trip to Indonesia. Alrighty. At DMan17 writes in, underrated movie Judge Dredd. Far too often does it go unnoticed. Quite a shame. Your thoughts? Never seen it, but I've heard it's good.
The only thing I could think about Dredd is the band Anthrax has a song about Judge Dredd.
Okay.
Called I Am the Law, and it's a fantastic song. It's I am the law. You won't fuck around with me no more.
Because there was the original Judge Dredd with Sylvester Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone, yeah.
But they made
he does the stupid I am the law.
I am the law. But they made a remake, and apparently people said it was pretty good.
Yeah, isn't the remake just called Dredd?
Yeah. It was in 3D too.
I've heard nothing but good things about it. I should watch it.
I should watch it too. I'm sorry I can't go into more detail. I've never seen it. But
you should listen to the Anthrax song though. It's pretty cool.
I'll add it to the watch list and I'll listen to the song. At Choppa_Zachary writes in with a very serious question.
All right.
Could Bible Man beat Thanos?
Absolutely.
Yes. I mean, he has the sword of what is it? What is it called? The sword of something.
David?
Sword of David or the armor and the shield of justice.
I've only seen the intro to Bible Man. I don't
even remember much of it.
It's him like living in life as a sinner, and he goes out into the woods and digs up a Bible and like decides like I'm gonna become a superhero for Christ.
I really hope they make like a R-rated gritty reboot of like Bible Man.
Who am I? I'm the fucking Bible.
I am the law.
This is my final testament.
It's like it'd be like Constantine, like something really dark.
But yes, Bible Man could absolutely defeat Thanos.
Because I mean, Thanos tries to be a god, but Bioman works for the guys. So, I mean, who's really winning here?
I have the power of God and anime on my
side. Ah! I love that kid.
Oh, you really got me thinking it was going to be something serious.
It's a good question. Thank you.
It was fantastic. More like that, please.
Thank you, Zachary.
Funnier than anything we said this entire podcast.
My coworker that I appreciate very, very much. This is the last set of questions. A friend of mine sent in 6 for his answer.
Mega fan.
At Kuhaku75 writes in, let's see, number 1, pros and cons of each live-action Spider-Man portrayal.
Tobey Maguire played the geeky, dorky bit well.
He played a good Peter Parker.
He did not fit as a high schooler, though, was my problem with those movies.
Which is why the high school scene is like 20 minutes and then like they graduate.
They all look like with Flash, the scene where they're in the cafeteria. It's 30. All these grown-ass adults sitting in a high school cafeteria.
Yeah.
But he's fun. The villains, especially in the first and second, I still think are great.
Mm-hmm. The villains in all of them are just memorable. And, of course, there's a lot of quotable like things that Tobey Maguire says and does. The Andrew Garfield one, I feel like I've only seen Amazing Spider-Man 1, but I feel like he matches the very quippy, like sarcastic nature of Spider-Man.
He's got the good quippy sarcasm. Yeah. I think he was a little too cool, though.
He's not a geek. That guy would not get picked on.
Yeah, that dude is hot as hell. Like, he's not a geek.
He's also another one that's like 25, but...
But he was, I think, the most forgettable Spider-Man.
I feel like he gets a little too much hate, but...
Yeah, no, they weren't bad movies. They don't live up to my childhood or the current Spider-Man that is actually very good.
And a lot of it is Sony's fault. Same with Spider-Man 3. Like, they were meddling too much and they wanted too many villains. But Tom Holland, I feel like Tom Holland is a good mix.
And even though he is a little older, he looks like a child.
Yeah. He's probably the youngest one, though, because he's like 20.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, he's still like 20, I think he's like 22 or something. Because he's just old enough to drink.
Yeah, he looks and sounds very young.
Yeah, and like I'll say Michael Keaton in Homecoming.
That's a great villain.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
He was very menacing, scary.
And in a way, though, that he was a bad guy because the circumstances he was in. He wanted to provide for his family. He wasn't some asshole bent on world domination. He's like, I'm just trying to do what I can.
You understood it. You didn't agree with it, but you understood it.
Yeah, he was a bad guy, but he wasn't a bad guy.
And bad the guy. And then in Spider-Man Far From Home, what's his name that plays Mysterio?
Gyllenhaal?
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal was fantastic, I felt, as...
He really was.
Yeah, it's a different take on Mysterio, but it works.
I thought it was... I like both of them a lot so far.
Yeah. The only problems I have with the newer Spider-Man movies is that the cinematography in both of them are kind of flat. It's
the Marvel formula.
Yeah, because in the Raimi trilogy, there was a lot of really cool stuff they did with the camera, like with the Spidey sense. And, like, there's a lot of really cool cinematography. Unfortunately, because of Marvel's like strict guidelines, they don't really let directors be directors all the time.
They're just like, this is what we like, and at this point they could probably just be like, you've seen Marvel movies, you know what to do.
Yeah. So that's the only major problem I have with those movies is a lot of times the cinematography just doesn't, especially for a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, something that should be beautiful flowing through the city, and it's just kind of like, eh.
There's a few cool shots every now and then, but
not up to what it could be, especially with the budget that they have.
Yeah, especially with the budget, and I feel like they should have got more of a creative director, like someone who, because they're very well written movies. They're just not.
Yes.
They're nothing special when it comes to how they're shot.
I want to feel like Spider-Man.
I want to feel like Mary Jane. What? How do you feel about the relationships in those movies, like Spider-Man and Mary Jane in the first one, in the first Raimi trilogy?
It's horrible chemistry.
I find Mary Jane very annoying in all of those movies.
She is. She's the worst.
She's dumb. She always gets captured.
Although we got the spider kiss.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you done the spider kiss before?
I've tried. It just feels weird.
I kind of want to try it. I'm going to have to try it. I'll get back to you on that.
It's not worth it.
I don't care.
I will be Spider-Man.
I will be Spider-Man. And then the Spider-Man and Gwen Stacy was actually a pretty good part of the Garfield trilogy.
Mm-hmm. It was better than the Tobey Maguire one.
Yeah.
In that sense.
I will not give Mark Webb, the director, any credit for these movies. I'm going to call them the Garfield trilogy.
And then the new one, I know I don't mind her, but
yeah, I know a lot of people don't like her, but I find it kind of cute. It's cute.
I think
is
it
fine.
Kamar or Micah? Kamar or Micah, one of them hates Zendaya is Mary Jane, and they're like, she goes by MJ, like, ugh.
I don't think it's bad. It's fine.
Yeah, I have no problems with
She's
it.
hot. I mean, but
I'm not super into it, but
maybe it's just the whole like girl next door look. I don't know.
It could be.
Yeah, it's an okay relationship. They work. They're
it's believable.
It's believable. And then yeah, okay. That's all the live action Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Unless we're going now for the Japanese one where he has a suit. Nice.
What?
Have you seen
what?
The old Japanese
I have not.
Spider-Man show where it's basically Mighty Morphin Power Rangers with Spider-Man?
I know what I'm doing after this.
You've never heard of it?
I have not.
He has like a mech, like he has a giant robot. He has a car. It's really cool. You should look it up.
I absolutely will.
Yeah, it's basically Power Rangers with Spider-Man. The third question: do you feel Robert Pattinson will do great in the next Batman? Yes. Yes, I do.
Yeah, I had doubts until I saw The Lighthouse.
Yeah, if you asked me this like 2 years ago, I'd be like, "Ugh, Twilight Boy, gross."
Yeah, that dude has legit acting chops.
He's a great actor.
I think, will do good. He can pull off the suave Bruce Wayne, mm-hmm. I think, as well as anybody.
Yeah, and then the menacing like Batman.
Mm-hmm. Because seeing his descent in the lighthouse like made me believe like, oh, this dude can be terrifying.
Yeah, he can act.
The scene where he kills the bird.
Yeah, that's just a very, very creepy scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's gonna do good.
Go see The Lighthouse if you haven't already. Anyone listening, go see The Lighthouse.
It's worth it.
I think he's gonna do great. As long as
you get the added bonus of Willem Dafoe being crazy old Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe, but also a pirate. Yeah. As long as they get a good director and a good script for this movie.
See, that's one I have confidence because for the most part, like DC will fuck up all their other movies, but the Batman stuff is normally.
It took them one mess up for Batman to just never do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ever since Batman and Robin, they haven't messed up Batman. Although I think Dark Knight Rises is overrated. I don't think it's that good.
It's not great. It's not bad, though.
Yeah, it's not bad, but I just think it's really overrated.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4. Ooh, what do you want to see out of Flashpoint? Because they recently announced the Flashpoint movie is going to be a thing.
I have no idea. I haven't thought about that.
I really want to see the Flashpoint story where he messes up the universe and they go with the story where Batman was killed instead of the parents. Thomas Wayne becomes Batman, but he kills people.
Right.
And then the mom becomes the Joker.
The Joker. I would love to see that. I've actually story. I've found that comic online and read through it, and it's really cool. I'm gonna go with that answer as well.
That's the Flashpoint comic, right? The Flashpoint Paradox.
Yes.
Yeah, and they have an animated movie about it too.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I think too. That's another thing that DC needs to do is start doing more one-off movies.
Yeah.
Because their one-off stuff is actually really like Joker was
That's
fantastic.
kind of what they're doing. Like they're building a universe, I guess, but they're
Mhm.
kind of just doing self-contained stories that leave room to be connected if they feel so inclined to do so.
Yeah, that's what needs to happen because
Yeah.
they could do a self-contained movie fairly well. They just can't
Yeah,
tie everything
it's hard.
together.
Well, 'cause the problem that they were having is they were playing catch up with Marvel, and they were trying to do it too
Hmm.
fast.
Yeah, because Marvel, it took them how many years?
Yeah, in
Because
2008, I believe.
it was the first Iron Man.
Yeah, and they were trying to play catch up as early as 2012 with Man of Steel,
Hmm.
and that just no bueno. Or 2014, actually, Man of Steel.
They tried to do what Marvel did in 10 years in like 3.
Yeah, and it just didn't work. But everything Aquaman on has been pretty quality. And even Aquaman is like, it's bad kinda, but it's really entertaining.
Yeah, it's the good bad.
Yeah.
And then the Wonder Woman stuff is actually really
Yeah,
good.
I liked Wonder Woman except for the ending. I thought it was a cop out and I thought it was dumb.
I haven't seen. Is the 1984 out yet?
I believe it got pushed back. Everything got
Oh,
pushed back.
okay. That one I'm excited for.
Yeah, it looks really cool. But yeah, and then Joker was great. Shazam was fantastic too.
Hmm.
Birds of Prey was alright.
I enjoyed it. It wasn't a great movie, but it was entertaining.
You just have to get over the fact that it's not a Birds of Prey movie.
Yeah, it's just Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
But I like her just as an actress, so it was fun to watch.
Yeah, and the last like 20 minutes was some really good action.
Mm-hmm. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
the action
the
scenes-
final like fight scenes is great.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, question number 5. What is the most hyped superhero movie that it's scheduled to release in the next 3 years? Probably the Doctor Strange sequel.
I was about to say that's actually the most hyped, but it's the one I am most hyped for.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what he was asking. The one that's most hyped for us.
Okay, yeah, that or is they're redoing Blade, right?
Yes.
I'm also excited for that.
I'm also excited for a possible Into the Spider-Verse sequel, which I hope.
Yes.
Yeah.
If that becomes officially announced, I will lose my shit for it.
And then Venom 2, I'm curious. Cause you got Andy Serkis directing and Woody Harrelson is Carnage. So I mean, if anything, I'm curious.
Curious, yeah, that's a good way to put it. Like, I'm not thrilled for it, but like, I want to see what happens.
Yeah, and then Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm sold on that already because
Oh yeah,
Ragnarok was so amazing.
Ragnarok became one of my favorite Marvel movies.
I have a friend
like
that
immediately
actually doesn't like it.
I actually know quite a few people there because they like the more serious tone of Thor, and when it switched to the
comedy,
they hated that, but that I didn't like the serious Thor. I like funny Thor.
I feel like it makes sense with the story because he's been hanging around like Tony Stark.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it becomes a smart ass.
Yeah, because I mean,
and then
Thor,
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum. The first Thor is passable.
Mm-hmm.
Although the Dutch angles really piss me off in that movie. It almost makes it unwatchable. Every angle's like slanted. Like every angle.
I honestly didn't really like any of the Thors before Ragnarok.
Ragnarok's great. I skipped over Dark World. I just didn't. I was like, I don't care.
Yeah, it just I wasn't bought into the character. That's what bought me into the character.
Yeah.
But no, Doctor Strange still my number one.
Yeah, Multiverse of Madness sounds awesome. They're gonna have Scarlet Witch in it too, I believe. And the horror elements, if they decide to do that, will be cool. I'm also excited to see how they bring X-Men into the MCU.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
And then, of course, the Batman solo movie because we haven't had one since the Dark Knight trilogy. So
yeah, I think we got actually a lot of good stuff lined up.
Yeah, there's a lot of good superhero stuff lined up. Deadpool 3 was announced, so
that is one I know some people give them shit. Those movies are funny.
They're funny movies. People just don't like the fan base, I guess.
There are some really cringy people in the fan base.
There's just too many people, kind of like Joker. They're like, I'm Deadpool.
Yeah, I relate. I'm Rick Sanchez. Like well, any of those.
I'm smart. I'm Rick Sanchez, guys. You just don't understand me. I'm Deadpool. I'm funny. Waffles.
I'm quippy. Yeah, that
Yeah,
Movies are funny. The fan base,
kind of sucks.
yeah.
Yeah, but the movies are great. Okay. Last question. What superhero do you think should get a standalone movie, and who would you cast as some of the main characters? Moon Knight
Mm,
with Keanu Reeves.
all right, I'm sold on that.
Yeah.
I think we should get another Spawn. I think that has
Yeah.
potential to be really cool.
Michael B. Jordan, maybe?
That actually could be really awesome.
Yeah. Or Idris Elba. If they want to go for an older Spawn.
I I I would like that because it's just the old movie, those PS1 graphics at the very end of
Beautiful. The cape that they didn't
him.
need to CGI, but they did anyway.
I think Spawn could actually be really fun.
Yeah, it could be really gory too.
And they would totally get away with it. Like that
Yeah.
fits. Or honestly, not quite superheroes. I want a real like good Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie.
Oh yeah, I guess that kind of counts.
Because I mean
Yeah.
they're based on Daredevil.
They're based on comics, so I mean, they're
Yeah,
comic book
I mean,
characters.
and yeah, they're comic book characters, and the comic started as a parody of Daredevil.
Yeah, because the comic was really dark.
But yeah, the first few issues, like they kill people.
Yeah. It would be nice to see another TMNT movie again. That's not
But
Michael
like,
Bay.
yes, like one with actual. I want a good one.
Yeah. What was the last good one?
There hasn't been one. I love those.
The TMNT CGI was okay.
Yeah, it was.
The movie, it was okay.
I want a good one though.
Yeah.
There could be a lot done with those characters.
Oh, for sure. If you know what, give him to Lord and Miller. I feel like that would be cool.
That could work.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that hasn't been made yet that I would like to see. I really want, because I as soon as I learned that there's a Red Lantern cat, I was like, they need to make a movie.
Why am I not surprised in the slightest?
Have you heard about this?
No.
It's a Red Lantern cat. It's called, his name is Dexstar. His
All right.
comic, I've read the first few panels of his comic. It's really dark. Like, it's a cat. It's like gets adopted by this old lady. And some people break in, kill the lady, and they're gonna dump the cat over the Golden Gate Bridge.
Okay, I actually am kind of sold now.
And then after, as he's falling, like they're Dexter of Earth, you have been blah blah blah, and then the Red Lantern like falls to him, and he starts slaughtering people.
I'm in now. I went a complete 180. Like I was like, of course it's the cat thing, but now that you've explained it, like
it's really dark and kind of cool.
I'm in on it.
Yeah.
Not quite superhero, but when are we gonna get a Shadow the Hedgehog movie?
The best superhero. There's a clip of, you remember that game Lego Dimensions?
Yeah.
Where it was a cool idea, but then you had to buy toys.
Kind of like Lego Minecraft.
Yeah, and they had all the different franchises.
Yes.
They had a Sonic one, and in there's like a clip where Shadow has a gun, and Knuckles like grabs the gun and throws it away. It's a really funny clip.
Does Knuckles go, oh no?
Oh no. Can you think of any other ones that you, maybe some lesser known heroes?
No, because all the lesser known heroes are getting movies now anyway.
Yeah, like even with Shang-Chi, I don't even know who that is, but they're getting a movie.
Like when Guardians of the Galaxy first came out, like I had no idea who the hell that was.
Yeah,
and now they're huge.
I had low expectations. I was like, oh, everyone's saying it's good. Come on, movie, show me what you got. And then we saw it. Me and you.
Yeah, it was. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's amazing. I can watch it anytime it's on.
But yeah.
All right.
Got any other questions?
I believe that's it. Actually, wait, no, there might be
one. Oh, you got one?
I forgot. You have one as well.
I do.
At Squish550 on Instagram asks, says he was watching YouTube the other day, and he wondered whatever happened to the Sly Cooper movie, and do you think we'll ever get a Sly 5? I guess it's more my territory.
Yeah, you're the Sly guy.
I love Sly. I don't know if you ever saw it, Colton, but a few years back there was a trailer for a Sly Cooper movie.
Yes, I do remember that, and then I forgot it existed.
I don't know if we're ever gonna get it. I don't know what happened to it. They probably saw that the Ratchet and Clank movie bombed, and they decided not to make it. I'm really sad. And so what does Sucker Punch do now?
Oh, they're doing a bit. Are they doing Ghost of Tsushima?
Maybe.
I believe that's them, and that game looks incredible.
They did Infamous, right?
Yes.
So maybe we'll get a Sly 5. Maybe. Hopefully. I hope so.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
I'll actually play this one.
And he also asks, should Jack and Daxter get another game? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah, honestly, like, they're bringing Ratchet and Clank back. Like, bring all the classics back.
All the classic Sony, like Crash and Spyro and Medieval. Medieval are getting games.
Crash is getting a new game.
Oh, It's About Time. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. Crash 4, It's About Time. Something like that.
It's something. If you look at the underlined letters in the title, I don't remember what the exact title is, but it says Dick Time.
Was it Super Mario Sunshine that says "You are Mr. Gay"?
Oh, yeah, or that, and then Super Mario 64 when you throw Bowser. So long, gay Bowser.
So long, gay Bowser. But yeah, now's the perfect time as any, because like random franchises are getting like Oddworld. Who expected an Oddworld sequel?
Not me, or like you said, the Medieval.
Yeah, who expected Medieval? Like what?
Nobody.
But hey, it's here.
So yeah, I think now is the time.
Yeah, now's time. There's a lot of like PS1 and PS2 stuff that could, like Klonoa could get a cool.
And everybody actually seemed to really like Klonoa.
You know what? I recently got Okami HD on my Switch, and I need to start playing it.
My girlfriend has that game, and it has become her new. She finally turned off Animal Crossing to play this.
I started playing Phoenix Wright. They had the trilogy on discount.
Those games, I played them on the original DS when they were coming out. They're funny. I like them.
You have a question, yes?
Yes, I do. This comes from
our other
number one
fan.
Podcast fan, Jacob. He didn't send it to me on anything because he just. I told Derek this before the show started, but he texted me this morning because we were supposed to record yesterday, and he's like, "How'd the podcast turn out?" And I was like, "We're actually recording tonight." He's like, "Good, real quick." So he called me, and his question is. The U.S. government has just declassified 3 videos of UFOs, like legitimate. There's the Tic Tac video and a few others. Thanks actually a lot to Tom DeLonge and his To the Stars Academy. Yeah. So Jacob's question is, why do you think they chose to release these now to the public? Are they just trying to be more open with us? Are they trying to prepare us for a first contact? Are there other reasons behind it?
I'm always certain that the government knows something that we don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe?
I think it might be. I don't think we're getting first contact anytime soon or anything like that. But I think it is to get the general public a little more used to the idea of sometimes there's just shit that goes on that we don't know about.
Yeah. Like, I've always been open to the idea of aliens. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, if you ever want to talk aliens, when we have Jacob on, he will agree to this, I'm sure. He will talk about aliens.
I'm not very knowledgeable on the subject.
It's okay. We'll carry you. If you get both of us on, we will turn it into a paranormal episode.
Jeez. I like you've seen the meme of the what is it? The head, the giant monster that has the head of like a what do you call it? A siren head?
Yes.
Those are funny.
Those are terrifying.
The memes are funny, but if I saw that, I would be super terrified.
Yeah, but no, I think to answer Jacob's question, I think it's just
they're trying to get people ready.
Yeah, and just I think it's good that they're being more open with us because everybody's kind of had suspicions for years and years that since Roswell basically so they're not telling us something.
I think it's hilarious that the one person that helped bring this to light was Tom DeLonge from pop punk band Blink-182.
He quit
to go find
focus
aliens.
on aliens.
And he found him.
And see, this is the thing. I would love to like be 100% certain that like it's aliens, but we don't know what they are.
Yeah,
it could
they're
be aliens.
unidentified flying objects.
Yes, it could be something from another solar system. It could be multidimensional. It could be just the Russians. But there is shit. There is shit going on that we don't know, and they're finally kind of like, I guess, accepted that we're ready to slowly get trickle fed little details, and I'm here for it.
Now listen. This part is just for you, Tom. Tom, if you're listening, Tom DeLonge. Now that you found aliens,
please rejoin Blink 182.
Just come back. Like,
they are not the same without you, bud.
Like Matt Skiba's good. I like his very raspy voice. It developed on the album 9. I thought it was a good.
Alkaline Trio's a fine band.
Yeah, they're fine. But you can't.
Please come back.
You can't beat "Where Are You" and "I'm Sorry." Don't waste your time on me. Like, you can't. There's no one else can recreate. Just come back. You found aliens.
Please.
You talked to the government. You gave Donald Trump a hand job. Like,
E.T. put his little glowy finger in your butt.
He phoned home all the way. Come back. Make some good pop punk again. Or even just release a self-titled Tom DeLonge album again. Because that Tom DeLonge album that you released before was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Was he part of, what is it, Angels and Airwaves?
Yeah, and Angels and Airwaves is pretty cool too. But Blink-182.
Get back to music.
Get back to do that. Come on. Just for me.
We know you're a huge fan.
We know you're probably listening to the podcast, so just come back to Blink-182. Come on. Alrighty, well, that's all the questions.
Yeah. You got any closing statements?
Come back, Tom DeLonge.
Please.
The next episode will be I want it to be the Jacob episode.
Yeah. I will set up time with him, see when he would be able to do it.
I'm hoping he could join us for a music episode because I know Jacob likes music.
Oh yeah, music. We could do half music, half aliens.
Half music and music about aliens? Question.
We could transition from music into aliens using Tom DeLonge. This is perfect.
And we could have Tom DeLonge on the podcast.
That'll be after the Jacob episode.
Tom DeLonge was on Joe Rogan. So I mean,
I'm gonna have to go listen to that now.
Tom DeLonge and Travis Barker separately, not together, but
yeah. Well, you wanna drop your ending links and all that?
Oh yeah. Make sure to if you're listening on Spotify, make sure to follow and like on Spotify. Subscribe on YouTube, Hugger Derek, like the videos, share with your friends, all that good stuff. We're on a lot of stuff. Anchor posts our podcast to literally everything.
Yeah.
Stuff that you could
get us in your ear holes any way you want.
Yep. Do you even know what Radio Public is?
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, we're on there.
Thanks to all the listeners listening from there.
Yeah, and for some reason Anchor doesn't directly go to SoundCloud. I have to do that manually. I don't know why.
Okay.
But yeah, we're on SoundCloud as well, so you should
buy the mixtape.
Soon we're gonna start doing a few episodes where we have friends on that are gonna talk about some random stuff. So that should be fun. Look forward to that.
Yeah, just get some variety going on, so it's not just us making the same jokes every week.
You have anything you want to plug or say or whatever, Colton?
Wear a mask.
Please wear a God dang it. Wear a mask.
And subscribe to Hugger Derek.
Subscribe, yeah. It really does help when you guys like and subscribe and share with your friends and listen to us on long drives. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, thanks for listening. Thanks for coming by.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good luck, and come back.
Don't get pregnant.
Oh yeah, that too. That's probably more important of a lesson. But
but Tom DeLonge, please
come back to Blink-182. And Will Smith is the superhero.
Will Smith, please join Blink-182.
Will Smith, He'll drop some like fire beats.
That's hot.
Oh, that's hot. Blink-182 featuring Will Smith, and he drops a verse. He's like, woohoo! Oh. Okay. Thanks for listening. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.